Yo, what up? Excuse me, it's Aaron Moses, gang. Now, this video is to help you stop being too nice. It's more so for the men out there, man. That's just being too nice. But the ladies, of course, can learn something of value from this too, man. And this is the first example. Yes, I'm in the dark. At some point, I'm gonna go in the light, but I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm doing what I want to do. Now we have to break down. Yes, my voice is hoarse, so you have to be patient with me as far as the audio and the visual. More so the audio. Like I said, I'm gonna go into the light at some point. But what is nice? Where is the boundary? What do you need to be doing? What is the goal? Now, I don't want you to be mean. Like, that's not the goal. It's not mean one-on-one, because I am kind of mean, but at the end of the day, look, peep this though. What is nice? Now, I learned this from someone who I believe they were either practicing Buddhism or Taoism. Now, there's a difference between being nice and being kind. I'm a kind person, bro. I give people directions when they need it. I give people cigarettes if I'm called to do that, if my intuition is telling me that this person's not on bullshit. But we're gonna get into that at some point. But being kind is being generous, is being giving, is being a loving person with no expectation, with the expectation of not having anything in return, with the intention of just contributing positive energy and positive vibes to the world. Now, being nice is synonymous, is aligned with being needy and being, somebody who hates themselves. You're just giving, but you're not doing it from a genuine, authentic place. Now, you might be a nice person. You might be somebody who's constantly told that they're husband material or wife material, or you're a nice guy. Nigga, you might just be overly friendly. You might be somebody who's easily manipulated, somebody who's sheltered, somebody who's taken advantage of consistently. Now, what that means, what that shows to me is that you are somebody who is lazy-minded in very specific ways. Somebody who's socially unaware, somebody who's dangerous. A simp, right? Now, the word simp, like I broke down in a different video, is a man or a woman who gives away their time, energy, resources, and attention away to somebody who doesn't deserve it. It's not necessarily a gentleman or anything like that. You have to understand, what does the word gentleman mean? Gentle. Somebody who does things softly. Man, somebody who is the truth, somebody who stands on business, somebody who is responsible, right? So the word gentleman or the word lady, yes, you do things in a very presentable, soft fashion, but it still has boundaries with it. Gentle, man, it's not an oxymoron. It's something that is a presentable, acceptable, legible person who stands on responsibilities, who stands on principles, and has very clear boundaries. A gentle man. Somebody who will beat you up, but they'll give you a lot of different forms of warnings before it has to go there, right? Now, why are you this way? That's the first thing that you have to understand. You have to understand that, just like Andre Taylor says, the revelation is in the why. What made you be like this? Now, I have to reiterate, I'm not necessarily a mean person, but I was raised by some mean people. My mother, shout out to my mother. She was raised by my great-grandmother, R.I.P. Suzanne Poe, on 107th and Calumet, Southside Chicago. And she described her as the second meanest lady on the block. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know if she was tying I don't know what she was doing. She was burning people with cigarettes. She didn't even smoke cigarettes. But at the end of the day, There are clear boundaries. There's things that you're just not going to be able to get away with. Now, as a man, bro, you have to understand, as a man, at some point, hopefully not, but at some point, there's a large possibility that you're going to have to do something that's going to put you in a correctional facility. You might have to fight somebody. You might have to defend yourself. You might have to steal. You might have to harm somebody. You might have to do something that's contrary to the law. And that something that you have to do may land you in jail. Now, at that point, you being nice is going to be very... Hold on, guys. I just dropped my headphones. They may turn on and mess up the sound. But I will say this. If you do something... If you do anything out of survival, if you do something that's ultimately something natural, if you do something that's only going to preserve your life, something that's going to lengthen, something that's natural, such as fighting, such as stealing, if you do anything that's going to land you in jail, which a lot of us have done, yeah, you're not going to be able to be nice. That's not something that's going to be conducive to your survival or your personal growth. Which jail is the worst place. Is number one, is the best, and it's the worst place for you to learn how to not be nice. But the first tip I would give you, the first practical step, you looked in the mirror, you woke up today, you're like, you know what? I'm tired of being a nice guy. I keep getting taken advantage of. I keep getting manipulated by all these people. What should I do? I would say the first thing that you should do is listen to gangster rap from the 90s. Because these niggas were calling women all kinds of bitches and saying all kind of violent things. So you have to have that script in your mind, bro. You have to know the language of I'm not a nice guy, you know. You have to be able to hear it. You have to be able to digest it. You have to be able to understand it. You know, I mean, of course, after you understand the roots of the problem, why you're not, maybe you were raised by your grandmother. You know, maybe your grandma was a thotty in the 60s and she was breaking niggas' hearts and she was doing all kind of foul stuff. But now, you know, she turned over a new leaf. She doesn't have her youthful vibe to her. You know, she's not a 20, 30, 40-year-old hot pants-ass bitch anymore. Now she wants to bake cookies and ask you how your day was. Bro, your grandmother was a which I'm going to go back and we're going to talk on that. We're going to speak on that later. But, nigga, your grandmother was a savage. Your grandmother, 9 times out of 10, is responsible for multiple niggas jumping off of bridges and not being in this life, which again, like I said, I'm going to touch on later. But women have a superpower called I don't give a damn. Women have the superpower of it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. They don't give a fuck if you live or die. Not all women do this, but they have the programming inside them genetically to really not give a fuck because it doesn't make them feel good and you're not making me feel good, my feelers. Bro, that is something, like I said, we're going to touch on, but you have to have that in you at some point. And a lot of the music that was put out in the 90s, whether it be East Coast, West Coast, down South, Midwest, I don't know where all these teenagers got all this confidence from. It might have been a front. It may not have been. Maybe because they just got their first rap check, or they felt like they had the confidence, or maybe they really were just born like that, or maybe these niggas just worked at McDonald's, they had bitches in abundance, but just being able to speak the language of not a nice person. Looking in the mirror, like, when's the last time that you called a grown woman a bitch and just mobbed the fuck off? I'm just like, you know what, bitch? I don't give a fuck about your put. Man, fuck this bitch. Or if you're a black guy, when's the last time that you called another black guy a bitch ass nigga? Which I don't actually advise for you to do. But when's the last time that you even spoke those words? Oh, pussy ass nigga, oh, soft ass nigga, because that's what you have to be able to call out at some point. Now, if you can't fight, or if you don't have if you can't protect yourself in certain ways, I wouldn't go around calling people names and things like that. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to at least say it. You want to be able to look in the mirror, or just know that you've said those words in your life. You might be a white guy from the suburbs. You might be a Indian guy that's never had a date before. I'm not saying that you should call people bitches and nigga. I'm not saying any of that. I wouldn't really recommend it, but just know that you can say it. Just feel it in your spirit. Just feel it in the core of your soul that if anything should go wrong, I could call somebody a bitch ass nigga, or a fucking stinky booty motherfucking pimple pussy ass bitch, and just walk away and not be like, oh damn, I should probably apologize. No, nigga, don't apologize. Fuck that bitch. And yes, my voice is hoarse. If you never heard me speak before, this is not how I talk on a daily basis. Now, you do have to understand, it's a part of you being free. I don't know what country you live in, but in the country that I live in, yeah, that's not against the law to call somebody a bitch. It's really not. And it shouldn't be. And I'm glad for that. But like I said, I'm gonna come out this darkness. And I'm gonna get my list. It's in my left pocket. And I really don't have that much time because I didn't sleep that much yesterday, unfortunately. Look at this beautiful ass. Hey, here we go. Alright, so nextly, man, you have to understand boundaries. Now, with boundaries, you have to understand who you are, what you are, why you are. What are your goals? What is your value? What do you have to offer to the world? Being nice is being a free agent. Being nice is somebody who is a country that's just available to be attacked and taxed in all angles. You have no protection, right? Again, like I said, it's not being mean, it's being assertive, it's being aware of your value, aware of your self-importance, right? You have to understand, nextly, that being nice is very dangerous. It puts you in a vulnerable position that nobody should be in. Anybody could do what they want to do to you, kind of like a kid, right? And like I said, I already spoke on this. You have to practice. And somebody's like, hey, can I cut you in line? Nigga, no. Saying no, no, is one of the most powerful words in the English and the Spanish language. I didn't even know that no was a word in Spanish. No, I'm just playing. Yes, I did. But you also, nextly, you have to balance these things out with being generous. You can't just be an asshole all the time. And it's not about you being an asshole. It's not about you being a dickhead. It's not about you being a cunt. Which is funny, all the reproductive booty holes, that's not a reproductive organ, but sexual organs are named after being abrasive for a reason. Because shit comes out of booties. Being a dick, that's just misandry. We just live in a overly man-hating society where calling somebody a dick is a bad thing. Why is it bad to have a penis? It's not. Being a pussy and being somebody that's, I don't know, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but at the end of the day, yes, you have to balance your new energy, your new boundary setting energy. Because how do you spell boundary? B-O-U-N-D, Aries. Aries, the initiator, a masculine, focused ball of energy. Bound Aries. You get what I'm saying? It's not an accident. You have to be ready for war. When you have bound Aries, that means that you're putting your energy into in a direction that's going to possibly create a situation where you have to go to war, right? Nextly, I will have to say self-care, bro. That's going to help you stop being nice, because if you're nice, that means that you don't understand your value. You're misaligned with who you truly are. Now, for example, and it's something that's supposed to be natural. You might have some guys out there that, they work out, they read, they take care of themselves, they have good jobs, but people just still step all over them. They're still a doormat, which is very strange to me. For example, I will give you a personal anecdote. I don't know if you could tell, but I just got a manicure, right? It's my second manicure in my life. It didn't cost that much, but my nails look nice. I'm proud of myself. I work with my hands. Now, there are certain things that I'm not willing to do because I don't want to mess up the investment that I put in my appearance, that I put in my nails. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Aaron Moses, I'm a dude. I don't want to get a manicure. That's fine, my nigga. That might be you. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter if I paid $1 for this manicure. It looks nice and makes me feel good, and I don't want my hands to look all fucked up because you want me to help you carry your TV or some shit like that. Nigga, if I just got a manicure, there's certain things that I'm just not willing to do because I invested in it. Nigga, if you're a college kid and you spend hours and hours and hours reading, why would you mess up your brain because somebody tried to offer you some kind of substance or a drink? Or if you watch all this, you listen to all these educational videos and listen to all these audio books and things like that, why would you reverse, the jewelry that you put in your mind? Why would you reverse the goodness that you just put in your brain by listening to some BS? If you just spent all this money on vegetarian meals and all these fruits and vegetables, and you just ate a big vegetarian meal, why would you take the offer of eating McDonald's? Invest in yourself, because you're just going to love yourself. You're going to value yourself that much. I just ate all these apricots. I just ate all these apples, bananas. I just ate a $15 damn salad. Avocados, spinach, tomatoes. And you want me to eat a fucking Big Mac? Are you dumb? You're not going to mess up my stomach with your bullshit, okay? So that's being nice. I understand that you want me to eat and you want me to join the club of depression that you have going on, but no, nigga, I don't eat that, my nigga. I understand that you want me to feel good and you think I look hungry and you think I'm a fool because I only eat fruits and vegetables, and you're trying to make me like you, but you don't understand what I understand. I'm not a nice guy. I'm not just going to eat McDonald's because you offer me a McDonald's. Bitch, I'm a vegetarian. And I've done that in my past. And it was just not a good feeling. Oh, but I spent all this time making this unhealthy ass spaghetti. This bitch literally, I cooked all this beef with bacon, and I made it into a spaghetti. But I do have salad. What's the salad? Bitch, this is not even spinach. This is head lettuce with some used tomatoes that you bought from McDonald's. I don't want McDonald's tomatoes, nigga. And this head lettuce, this little, nigga, this is pitiful. Don't give me that shit. Like, and it's okay. You don't have to talk to people shitty or anything like that. But you do have to have, like I said, that arsenal in the back of your head, because if it has to go there, then it should, right? Nextly, I will have to say, like I said, find your power, bro. What does that mean? Understand why you should be asserting these boundaries. Understand where your value is. Understand that, yes, I am powerful, I am valuable, and I can't just do what you do because I'm not you, because I care about myself in a certain way. This comes with self-love. Like I said in multiple videos, which I should do a large video about this, there are some people that would just not allow you to have self-love when they're around them. Some people need you to be weak. Some people need you to be faint at heart. Some people need you to be wishy-washy. Some people are predators, but they're not even good at being predators. So they just have to prey on the weakest of the weakest of the weak. You cannot love yourself and be around certain people. They're just not going to allow it. You have had girlfriends that you had no business being around. You have had homies that would just not allow you. They don't have any, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have any use, they don't have any desire, and they don't have any attraction towards people that love themselves because they're not intelligent enough and they're not powerful enough to manipulate somebody that has true, authentic love for themselves. And that's what you are. You're somebody who actually does love themselves, or you wouldn't even made it this far in the video. You just need to be realigned with yourself. You get what I'm saying? And then lastly, I think you need to be telling yourself the hard truth. That, like I said before, if you go to jail, if you do something that you need to do on a personal note for you to survive, or something that's going to take you, understand that nobody's going to care. Understand that you're going to be the only one there. Love for themselves and have love for you, whether it be friends, whether it be family. And you do have to understand this very important part. Now, I don't want to sound like a nerd, but I'm going to sound like a nerd. Bro, we all have instincts in us to attack, to defend, and to pray. Now, if you come at me, whether I love you or not, if I'm unaware of my own instincts, I'm going to naturally prey on you because I see you're a weak bitch. Because we all have animal instincts. We all have parts of our brain that wild animals have. And when wild animals see something that is weak, on a genetic level, they want to eradicate it. They want to get it off the earth, whether they are the same species as you or not. They want to get it out the way because it has no purpose. Because even just like, say, for a female, they can't reproduce with you, but they can take advantage of you. They're not going to give you any play. They're not going to help you. They're not going to do anything to contribute to your personal growth and development. If you're weak, you have to do something that is unnatural. You have to transcend your the place that you have in the hierarchy of where you are. You have to do something extreme. You have to make some extreme sacrifices. You have to have extreme goals, and you have to have extreme focus, and you have to achieve that. Because us on a genetic level, we are made to get rid of the weak and preserve the strong, and to reproduce with the strong. So let's say if a dog or a cat sees that you're extremely afraid of it, it's going to try to erase you. It's going to try to delete you. It's going to try to harm you in any way. Now, you could take that as, God, if you believe in God, trying to wake you the fuck up and try to make you stop being a fucking pussy. Or you can take that as the universe is attacking me. The universe is sending me signs that I'm a weak bitch. And I need to just not be on the earth because there's no place for this. Because why would a woman or a female want to reproduce with somebody whose children are not going to be protected or educated or have a chance at living? So I might as well not even be here, or I need to get my shit together and stand the fuck up and get it right. Because at the end of the day, yes, being nice, a lot of times for a lot of people, is the difference between life and the opposite of life. And that's just what it is. I know a lot of my videos, I try to be funny, I try to be comical, but no, this is serious. This is a sickness. This is a nasty learned behavior that you need to get the fuck out your nervous system, or it's going to be that, or you're not going to achieve anything. You're always going to be lazy. You're always going to be overweight or underweight. You're always going to be not as articulate as I know that you can be, and it's going to be bad for you, bro. And again, like I said, I don't want you to turn into the Joker or anything like that. I don't want you to turn into a supervillain. But I do need you to have some balance with your shit. I do need you to understand that if you see a woman, you should just walk up and say what you want to say to that woman as long as it's legal. And if you want the pussy, tell her you want the pussy in your own smooth way. And if you want some money out of nigga, if you're a woman, present your femininity in a way that he knows he's not going to be able to take advantage of you. He needs to serve you. And you're going to have a fair exchange. But it's you don't need to be nice. No, that's not going to help. It's not going to make the world a better place. Because other people are going to see you. You're powerful. Other people are going to see you, and I want you to be seen as somebody that's aggressive as a man, and somebody as a woman that is very aggressively submissive, enough to the point where you can get a man do whatever you want them to do. Because that's where your power lies. Like I said, do research on your personal style of gaining power, because there's multiple ways that you can gain power as a man and a woman without being nice. Because nice is not it. It is what it is. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together, man. Life is on the breath. Hopefully next time I go live, my voice is going to be restored. I hope you got something out of this. And if you did, make sure you share it and give it to somebody else. And I will say this. If you're not a nice guy, see, I need to make a video on this. If you're not a nice guy, if you're not a nice female, yeah, you're going to be, the universe is going to test you. Every time I stop, trying to do certain bad habits, the universe tested me to make sure that I understood what the fuck I was signing up for. So you might turn over a new leaf, and it might be like my favorite movie, The Craft. Oh my God, Bonnie, you used to be so nice, but then you got healed. Now you're a total narcissist. You're not a narcissist, my nigga. If you understand who you are, you understand your value, you understand your balance, you have a good relationship with yourself, don't let people shame you for not being nice anymore, nigga. They're just telling you that, I don't understand how to manipulate you anymore. So you need to go back to what the fuck you were doing so I could capitalize off you. At the end of the day, I don't think I've ever, at some point, I probably was a nice dude. Yeah, when I was 19, when I didn't understand, when I was being needy and greedy and just not understanding my own power, my own value. Yeah, of course, I was nice because I didn't have a fucking choice. I only spoke that language, bro. Like, I was in a foreign land when it came to certain things. But, yeah, if you're a nice guy and you have a girlfriend right now, and you stop being so fucking nice, yeah, she's probably gonna break up with you or cheat on you with a nigga that's nice. But guess what? She's gonna come back to you because she's gonna get bored of this fucking nigga. She's gonna miss your fire. She's gonna miss your passion. She's gonna miss your direction. She's gonna miss your leadership. For females, not so much. But at the end of the day, if you're a nigga, if you're really not a nice dude, if you have females, if you have bitches, every real nigga has been cheated on by a bitch for a nice guy. But then they realize, this nigga's a whore, or this nigga's crazy, or this nigga's just not that. He doesn't grab my booty when I'm cooking. He doesn't grab my titties when we get in an argument, trying to calm me down. Now, do I do that all the time? No, I don't. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Am I a misogynist? Am I a woman? I'm not any of those things. But I just understand that life is not TV, bro. You can't learn certain things off of TV. Oh my God, when your girlfriend's in the middle of a point where she's bitching at you, you just reach your hand out and grab her titties and tell her to sit down and calm the fuck down and shut the fuck up. I mean, yes, that's necessary sometimes. Not all the time. Did I say all the time, bitch ass nigga? No, I did not. And stop taking everything so literal. That's why your stupid ass is nice, stupid man. That's another thing. You gotta, like I said, you gotta practice insulting people, calling people names. Not shit that you called. Nah. But just record it on the phone and just listen. Listen to some drilled music. Listen to some 90s music, how they used to deliver certain things, some Ice Cube, some Snoop, and just talk like that. You don't have to talk to people like that in public or in private, but just know that you can call a bitch, and a bitch-ass nigga, stupid man. Like, just be able to insult motherfuckers, bro. It is what it is, man. I'm making this because I love you. I want to help you. And I want you to escape the prison of nice, because it's not going to help you. Nigga, this is not an interview. You're not at work. You're not a motherfucking telemarketer. You don't have to talk to everybody like that, bro. And if you are a telemarketer, nigga, fuck you, bro. Calling me at 9:30 in the morning. Hello, is this me? Hello, I'm just looking for Aaron Hister. Oh, okay. Well, I just need you to verify your address. Fuck you, stupid man. Verify my address. Bitch, you call me. You need to verify. Nigga, what's your address, bitch ass nigga? You feel me? But oh man, goddamn. It is what it is. It's not what it's not. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together, man. Listen to some Too Short, man. Call her a bitch, man. That's a real song. I didn't make that up. Too Short. And I forgot the other song. Too Short and Ice Cube have a song together. Listen to some offensive ass music. Now, like I said, I don't want you to go to work tomorrow and call your boss a motherfucking dick eating dog ass cokehead. I don't want you to do that. But I want you just to be able to do it. Peace. Okay.